We're ready to go.
Okay. Good morning and welcome back. And for you new people, subscribe. It's free and we really appreciate it. So today we're going to work on a weed eater. So suppose that spring's come along and you're pulling your weed eater out of the shed and it just won't start. First thing you want to do is go ahead and drain all the gas out of it, put it in a separate container, don't mix it in with any other fuel or anything, and put new premix in it. And then once you put the premix in, pump the little primer bulb on it about 20 or 30 times. You won't flood your motor that way. The only way you can flood your motor is with the choke lever. That little primer bulb just fills the carburetor up and that's it. So suppose you've done that and it still won't start. Now, I could go through all the intricacies of putting a carburetor back together and putting new diaphragms in it and whatnot, but for the price of new carburetors nowadays, it's easier to just replace the foolish thing. So let's get over here and let's replace one. Okay, this is a pretty ordinary home weed eater. Little home light. It's a little cheap one, but it's still worth saving because to replace it will cost you over $100, and what we're going to do will cost you about 12, 15 bucks tops. And you'll even get some new tools out of the deal. So I've already pulled the air cleaner off, and this one just deader than a doornail. It won't start for anything. Now I took a little advantage of editing, and I've already put fuel lines on it. And that's just how easy it is to take the carburetors off. Now, when you pull the fuel line off, it's important that you loosen the gas cap first because you've already drained the fuel, of course. And remember, this one, the one closest to the primer bulb, goes to the short one that doesn't have anything on the end. This long one goes to the fuel filter. Now, if you were to pull these off with the gas tank full and this cap on tight, then gas would just come pouring out because gas expands. So now let's grab our little, see, we even got a free tool out of it, and it's an adjuster for the carburetor, but we'll do that next. So let's find our new gasket. We've got our new gasket. And note, you always want to look at the carburetor. See that little hole? Make sure that the little hole in the gasket lines up with that little hole. That's really important. We'll take our air filter, and we'll go as such. See, we got our air filter, we've got our bolts through it, we've got our gasket lined up on the bolts. Whoa. And we're losing a bolt, but that's okay. There we go. Now we've got our gasket on the bolt, as we said before. Now we're going to put this on and just going to hold it right at the edge. And remember, the one that goes to the fuel filter, you want to put on the one farthest away from the primer bulb. And you can just look inside the tank and figure out which one's which pretty easy. The one that is just short and just goes inside the tank, that's the return line for when you prime up the fuel. And this little primer bulb will not flood your engine no matter how many times you push it, I promise. Promise, promise. Choking it and then running it, that's full choke there. Running it full choke for a little while, that will definitely flood your engine. Oh, we almost forgot. Don't forget to put your linkage back on before you tighten the carburetor down. See, now we get one kind of snug. And I always get one kind of snug before I tighten the other one. And these are Torx. I think they're about Torx 15s or Torx 20s on this one in particular. And we've got the carburetor on. Now the only thing we're going to do is double check. We're going to look inside here and make sure that we put them correctly. And we did. This one, which goes to the one farthest from the primer bulb, is going in and going to the filter. Didn't it? Ha, no it's not. We're going to reverse them. And since we're starting out with no fuel in it, it's not a problem. We're not leaking fuel all over the place when we do this. La 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 la. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now let's get some fuel and test her. And I promise you, this weed eater was DED dead when we started. It made no attempt at running. Careful not to splash fuel all over creation. A little bit more. And I can see it coming up the side here. Perfect. Okay, just for safety, we're going to get our gas can out of harm's way. Now let's stand her up as normal and run the primer bulb. And fuel should come up this tube and go back on this tube. Now you can see the fuel is flowing through in one side. Now you see it coming out the other. Now it's time to test it. Apparently this one didn't like to be choked. They all start a little bit differently. When I let off the gas, she started right up. And that's everything that it took to get this thing running. So if you pull your weed eater out of the shed this spring, the first thing you want to do is check the little fuel bulb, the little fuel filter inside the tank, and make sure it's still attached. If it's not, you need fuel lines. I've got quite a few fuel line videos, and I'll put a link up here to one for putting fuel lines on a weed eater. If it still won't start after putting new fuel lines and a new primer bulb on it, go ahead and replace the carburetor. You could get inside it, and replacing the diaphragms and gaskets is pretty easy. But if you don't want to spend the time, $10 or $15, get a carburetor on Amazon or eBay or wherever you prefer, and you're good to go. Well, I appreciate y'all watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.